is. Heck yes. Nailed it. 2 o'clock on the nose. And 5 minutes ago, I was downstairs. Let's wait and see for our friends to show up. We are one person. Oh my goodness, it's chilly up here. I haven't been upstairs since this morning. A little bit cold. And really depressing to look outside. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so today is Friday. It's Friday the 13th. Oh my gosh, I just realized it was Friday the 13th. Not that I ever, I don't celebrate Friday the 13th or anything like that. But it's so fun to acknowledge that it is, in fact, Friday the 13th. So consider that acknowledged. Do with that information what you will, my friends. I do know that my high school choir director goes on a special date with her husband every Friday the 13th. That's like their guaranteed date night, which I think is just such a fun way to celebrate such a goofy thing, you know? So I think of her and will forever think of her on any Friday the 13th. Hello from Starbucks. Are you ever anywhere else when I'm streaming? I feel like you're always at Starbucks, Lissa. Yeah. Oh man, what a day. What a day. I went out today to go and in a perfect world, finish Christmas shopping. I'm not entirely convinced I'm 100% done, but I'm mostly done. And my goal was to beat the snowstorm home. Storm is a loose term. For me, anytime that there is white precipitation falling from the sky, I consider it to be a snowstorm. So my goal was to get home before the snow. I knew that I could either run my errands today or probably go to the gym, but not both. So I was like, I got to run my errands. I've been neglecting the P.O. box. I went to the P.O. box. I counted 21 cards out of my thing today, out of my P.O. box. Amazing. Hello, Rosie. Thanks for letting me know you were here. And what was I saying? So I went there, and then I went to this real cute store that's next to my P.O. box and wanted to do some Christmas shopping, kind of fill in the blanks. There were a couple of people I still had to buy for, and like some gifts I wanted to fill in with. And this specialty store just has like a little bit of everything. It's just one of those places that always changes inventory and always has the cutest gifty type things for pretty much anybody. They have like a section that's like crystals for people who like that aura crystal stuff. And they have like kitchenwares and like holiday stuff and Minnesota themed stuff. And it's really, really cute. Hello, my friends from Columbus, Ohio. Jenny, how's weather in Columbus? Lindsay just moved to Ohio. Lindsay's one of my moderators on here. She doesn't appear very often, but every once in a while she shows up. And she just moved to Ohio. Guillermo, hello. So I went there, and then as I was getting ready to check out, I looked out the window, and there was white falling from the sky like nobody's business. Enough to jack up all the roads. The roads were beautiful when I left this morning, and by the time I was headed home, the roads got completely jacked up. And, this weather makes me miserable. And like, I want to, hi, Audrey. Good to see you. And it just makes me want, like, it's so pretty from inside my house. And if I lived in like this fantasy world, like a Hallmark movie where maybe I lived in a log cabin on a ski resort and never had to leave the house ever until winter was over, I'd be okay with it. But your girl has a life to run here, right? And so I feel so stuck all the time. And the problem is this all the time thing, we're like 2 or 3 weeks into legitimate winter weather, and I already feel stuck. And winter here is going to last until like April. I don't like it. I'm trying really hard to be like, what's the positive here? So I guess the positive here is your girl's going to get really good at learning how to do the at-home stuff. Like I came sort of mentally prepared for it, and it's I'm like, but now I have to do it. Like really have to do it, and it's a lot harder to get motivated to do it. That's the thing. Is I have to really be like, I haven't worked out yet today. Quite frankly, because I got home, I made lunch, I did some cleaning, took out like this past 2 weeks has been like the time of all the boxes because I've done most of my Christmas shopping online. So there are boxes everywhere. So I broke down a bunch of boxes, was hauling stuff around. So it's not that I'm not doing things, but like I haven't deliberately made the choice to work out yet today. And I'm just so cozy in my men's Old Navy Sherpa lined thing that I'm just like, but I just want to stay like this all day. So help me. I'm going to go and work out after I'm done with this live stream. And I need you guys to, I'm not even joking, harass me on Instagram until I verify that I've actually done the workout. Like check in with me an hour after I get off of here and be like, hey, did you actually do your workout? Because you're supposed to be working out. I'm going to go downstairs, I'm going to change, and I'm going to do workout once I'm done with you guys. I promise you. But it's just like the mental side of things. I'm having a really hard time with, is there another job position that your husband could do in a warmer place? I wish that was the case. I mean, yeah, there are always other options for him. However, he did interview with a couple of companies in Florida he tried to get me down there. He also tried to get a job that would keep us in Chicago. He tried all the things, but at the end of the day, the best opportunity for him career-wise, stepping off of the career he was leaving behind, like that big step from the consulting thing that he was doing to whatever job he chose next was going to pretty much determine where his career was going to go. And of course, obviously, the career comes first. Like he is providing for us, and he is providing very generously for us. He has a great job, and a job that affords me the ability to not have to work, which is amazing. And so like, of course, I want to honor that, and I want him to be happy in his work and all that jazz. But I was like, really? You couldn't just go south? No. The one thing, only slightly joking, but mostly not joking, is I said, that's fine. Just don't get a job that moves us north. I shouldn't have put it in the universe. I shouldn't have put it out there, because here we are. And my mom's like, you have to, you're just going to have to accept that this is your new reality. And I'm like, but I don't want to. We'll see, my friends. We'll see what the new year brings. Also, this is just like a very like, you guys know, very stressful time of year here. It's Christmas. We're trying to get our crap together. We travel soon, which I'm so excited about, but at the same time, it's still traveling. And then we're traveling within our traveling, which is even more stressful than just driving home. And I think I just need January to come and for me to be like, okay, the crazy is done for now. Buckle down, do the thing. Because like, quite frankly, I'm not motivated to create regular content. I'm not my brain, my body, I really think it's a winter thing. Like, even if I'm trying to keep the positive attitude, I truly think like this, what I'm seeing right now, it is in my subconscious and like making me tired and depressed and like seasonal affective disorder, like just hardcore. And I don't know what to do about it. I don't know. So that's where I'm at. And then top all that off. So your girl in her, because she's doing awesome lately, got up, hurried out of my bedroom because I slept in until right before my husband was going to leave, because I've also been incredibly tired lately. So I got up, hustled out the door, because my husband has had my handicap card all week, because we drove his car to church last Sunday, and I've left it in his car. And so I've run all of my errands, which normally this is not a problem, except when it snows outside. I've run all of my errands without my handicap card this week. So I hustled out there to be like, oh, give me the handicap card. I have to run errands today. Hustle, run, drank my bottle of water, poured myself my coffee, was in the middle of my cup of coffee when I realized it was weigh-in day. Bet you can't guess how that went. I got on the scale anyway. It was up, obviously, because I consumed like 2 pounds of liquid first thing in the morning. But it was up enough where I'm thinking, I didn't do an exact measurement of how much water I did. I did like this was my water bottle on the nightstand. I grabbed that and chugged that because I was super thirsty. Because dry weather, winter weather. Oh man, does anybody else wake up just parched in the morning when it's wintertime because it's so dry outside? So I'm thinking, based on the number I saw, I'm thinking that my weight was either the same or up just a little bit. And that brings me to question a handful of things. And I'll get to comments in a minute, so keep them rolling. And I'm just going to keep talking until I run out of my story. And so it brings me to a couple of things. I might have stayed the same. I might have gained a little bit. We're talking like 0.2, 0.4, but still not a loss. What I did this week was I ran out of weeklies yesterday. Yesterday is the day I ran out of weeklies, and I dipped into my activity points. Okay, fine. Was there maybe a Lindor truffle or two I might not have popped into the tracker? It's possible. It's possible because sometimes I forget to track when I'm tracking things, and I'll go back later and I'll put everything in, and then I'll remember like the next day, wait, didn't mentally I track something else too? Because I'm always tracking in my head and kind of keeping a running total, you know? But my point is, even if I had extra things that I did not track, I had a stupid amount of fit points hanging out there, so, like, which theoretically should have been a cushion for me, right? I'm going to go back and I'm going to look. 57 activity points remaining. And yesterday I used, I think, 2 of them. 3 weekly remaining. Why do I have 3 weekly remaining? I ran out of weeklies yesterday. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. It's a new week, so it doesn't matter. But I swear I used up all my weeklies yesterday. So that begs the question of what actually can I consider to be fit points for me? Because in theory, the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to be able to use your dailies and use your weeklies, and theoretically use up your fit points if necessary and still lose. And based on the numbers that I'm seeing lately, that's not necessarily the case. I have never outdone in the last couple of weeks, including a gain, including Thanksgiving, I've never outdone my fit points. Even if I haven't tracked everything, I've never outdone my fit points. I promise you that, because I earn over 50 weeklies because of my stinking step bet. So that makes me think about a couple of things. One, are points that I'm getting just from my steps, maybe those shouldn't count. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I should, I hate the idea of manually tracking because I don't believe for a second that manually tracking is going to be accurate for my body. But apparently earning my steps isn't accurate for my body either. So I don't know how to try and mathematically figure out exactly what activity I'm earning. I also think that I need to, so at my current weight, which let's just say I stayed the same, which was what was it last week? 173.6. I should have 27 points plus carb conscious plan, I track bites. I might manually jack it back down to 26 because that 1 point's not helping me any. So I might change that because I don't know. I don't know where in terms of the food versus the fitness balance versus the just moving, like, do I actually only earn points that count for a points deficit in terms of activity points if I'm legit like body pump points or hardcore cardio cruising really sweating points? Like, are those really the only thing that counts, and like house cleaning shouldn't count because it's something clearly isn't working mathematically? Then the other thing that makes me wonder is, could it be, and I'm genuinely not looking for an excuse here, I want to know, is it possible that my body's reaction to the weather and the stress that subconsciously and not subconsciously puts on me, could something be triggering in here that is beyond my control that is causing me to hold on to weight? Is that possible? And I'm genuinely asking, like, it's not a rhetorical question. Do you think that is a possibility? Because I don't actually know the science behind I know there's the whole like stress and weight gain, but like, isn't the stress and weight gain like, oh, you're stressed out, so you're going to eat more? And like, obviously that's going to cause you to gain weight. But like, genuinely, if I'm doing everything within my budget, including the activity points, that either means that my activity points are not right for my body, or I literally am not losing because of something happening in my body that I don't have control of. And I don't know what it is. And it's making me crazy. Making me crazy. Because if it's this outside, I'm pointing at my window. If it's this, there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. In which case I'm doomed. And so I just don't know. So I'm going to let all that sit there. I'm going to go back and I'm going to read all of my comments that are happening here. Personally, I think all the snow should go to ski slopes and leave us non-skiers alone. Amen to that. Mick, hello, my friend. It's nice to see you. I've been out of the house since 7 after work. I'm going to the gym at 6. If I can, you can. I love it, Rosie. I love it. Thank you. That's what my friend told me the other day. She's like, look, I have this reason and this reason and this reason to not work out, and I did it today. You can do it too. And that's what got me to work out the other day. I'm not lying. Meanwhile, around the same time you my friend moved to Texas. Love your hair. Did you flat iron it? No, I actually blow dried it yesterday though. And I used this spray that I got in the FabFitFun box, and I used my Dyson hair dryer, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing, and a round brush, and it actually turned out all right. So this is just the fact that I blow dried my hair. So thank you. Jordan's here. Hello. I dread next week as I'm going to an evening weigh-in next week, and I can't make my Tuesday morning class. I'm usually heavier in the evening. I mean, Audrey, don't stress about it. If it's in the evening, like, you obviously know you're going to weigh more because you're going to eat and drink and do your daily things. You're obviously going to weigh more in the evening than you do in the daytime. I drink a little all night long and I'm still parched in the morning. Can make a difference of 5 pounds. It really can. It absolutely can make a difference of 5 pounds. What did I tell you guys? My Starbucks cup, this is actually the same amount of water, weirdly, believe it or not. The amount of water that goes in here is 1.5 pounds of water. On the scale, like one day I measured my Starbucks cup on my food scale and I measured as I put the water in. It is 1.5 pounds of water, which means when I finish this water, I have put that 1.5 pounds on my body, which would reflect on the scale. Does that mean I gained 1.5 pounds of fat? No, it's literally water weight, but it's still 1.5 pounds that will reflect on the scale this evening. I mean, obviously you pee some of it out throughout the day, but it's not going to be an even wash, you know? I weigh in first thing in the morning. I wonder if the thing that's not working mathematically is the CMT. It could be your body's really earning 7 points for an activity where the average person might be earning 10. That's what I'm wondering. That is genuinely what I'm wondering. So I don't know. Something mathematically is not working out. And like I said, yeah, maybe I had an extra truffle or an extra this or an extra that, but 52 weekly or 52 extra activity points when last night I ran out of weeklies. There's no way I accidentally truffled 52 extra points. There's no way. I guarantee there is no way. So still, theoretically, I'm mathematically within my budget. So something's not working. Something is not working. And so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. And that is frustrating to me. It's very frustrating to me. And then of course, the actual fact that is frustrating is stressing me out, along with like living in this winter wonderland is stressing me out. And I don't know. I guess you know what I should do? I should research like literally stress and weight gain, or stress and the inability to lose weight, and like what different researches are out there when it comes to like, again, not the stress and I'm eating because of stress, but like genuinely the physical implications that having stress has on the body. Because I don't know. I just don't know. So Brianna, are you going to see the movie Cats? That's a great question. My gut reaction was going to be, I'm not going to pay to go see it. If someone wants to take me to go see it, I'll go see it, or I will wait until it comes out on Netflix or Hulu or whatever streaming device it'll have or something. But I don't think I'm going to pay whatever a movie ticket costs, $15. Let's say $15. I'm not going to pay $15 to go see this movie that I'm probably going to cringe during the entire time. Am I intrigued? Yes, I am very intrigued, but I'm not going. Cats is not my favorite. Now, I just saw the trailer yesterday for In the Heights. That movie I will pay money to go see. That should be a good musical, but Cats. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't like the musical much to begin with, and just it looks kind of creepy. So I don't know. It would be interesting to see how your muscle mass and metabolism compares to the average person. If you know your metabolism is about 30% slower, you use that information. I agree. How do I find out that information? I so genuine, if there was some test around here, how can I find out if my metabolism is a lot slower than somebody else's? I would love to know. I would love to know. Because I would use that information if it just so happened that, okay, so for example, hubby's talking to me. With all the windows, you could open it up and feel that way. I told Eric that we live in a snow globe. I took a beautiful video. I'm not going to lie to you. It's beautiful. When I don't have to leave the house, it's gorgeous when it's snowing outside. And so I took a very pretty video. And I said, look, we live in a snow globe. And of course, my poor husband's downtown working, and he's sad. He's actually sad that he doesn't get to sit here at home and enjoy the snowfall like I do. And of course, I hate it. But I'm like, it is actually very pretty. So I said, we live in a snow globe. He goes, if you opened every window, you could actually feel like you live in a snow globe. Because when it falls, we're surrounded by windows. It'd be really pretty. Anyway, I digress. For example, in the recent research of you don't need a 1,200 calorie diet to lose weight, technically, given all of the current nutritional information that we have, I should be able to lose weight steadily and well on a 1,500 calorie diet. What if I was normal, if I didn't have CMT and I had normal muscle mass, that was true. But because I have less muscle than the normal person, I, in fact, need to only consume 1,200 calories. What if that's actually fact and I just don't know it? I don't know. Anybody watching this in the replay, if you have gotten this far and if you have any thoughts on this topic, please let me know in the comments, because I'm genuinely stumped. Hello, Danielle. Hello, Rose. Cats is not my favorite either. I hear ya. Although, not Mr. Mistopheles. Oh my gosh. Rum Tum Tugger. Sometimes that song gets stuck in my head and I run around the house singing the Rum Tum Tugger is a curious cat, and it drives Gracie crazy because I keep pointing at her. She hates when I dance around. She hates it. And when I sing the Rum Tum Tugger song, I dance around like a fool. Would that be information you get from the CMT Center? I feel like it might be something others might ask about. That's intriguing. And I have an appointment with them in February, so I'm hoping that maybe I'll ask them. I'll be like, look, this is kind of related, but I can't imagine. I mean, they just now are really buckling down in the research of what this disease actually does to our nerves. I don't know if anybody's even thought about the whole metabolic rate of somebody with CMT. Now, I could ask the question in the CMT Facebook groups that I'm in. However, my fear is that, and my fear is based on legit history, my fear is that I won't get dinged personally, but all people will do is complain about how they can't lose weight and blame CMT, which is what I'm actually trying to do. I don't want to blame CMT, but I'm inquiring as to if that's actually a legitimate reason. And I feel like what will happen is everybody will come out of the woodwork being like, I'm overweight because I have CMT. And I don't even want to encourage that kind of behavior because I'm adamantly against it. I just want to know the answer. I don't want to blame CMT, but if CMT is having an effect on my metabolic rate, I want to know so I can act accordingly. That's all. It's not an excuse that I want to have. I just want answers. And everybody else in that group likes to have excuses. I usually go to the cinema with a friend if I'm going. What recently, and our tickets were $10.50 each. I don't know what that is in American money. Surprisingly, I know absolutely nothing about cats. WW sounds so great. I wish we had weeklies and fit points on our plan. I mean, okay, Audrey, so you wish you had weeklies and fit points, but at the end of the day, I promise you, all of the plans are doing the same thing. Calorie deficit. You just might get to eat more in a regular day than we normally do. Like, it all averages out to the same. It's just a matter of how you mathematically end up doing it. Yeah, it all ends up the same. Maybe I don't know what I need to do, guys. I don't know. I'm genuinely sitting here like running through, should I maybe try calorie counting for a week or two? Should I maybe do this? Should I, like, all of these thoughts are going through my head of like, what the frick do I have to do to make the magic happen again? I don't know. I'm stumped. I'm genuinely stumped. And because of that, I don't really have a whole lot to say on the whole weight loss thing today. I do, if you guys want, where did I write it down? Oh, my power sheets are all the way over there. So I was working on my power sheets a little bit today, and I need to work on them a lot more. But I was actually doing what I mentioned in my little random live yesterday about taking goals and actually like having my big picture goal and then making like legit quarterly goals. And I'm doing the thing. I think I'm going to do the thing. No, I think I am. I'm going to do the thing that recently people have been preaching against, and I'm actually going to put a time limit and a number on a weight loss goal, because I need something that's genuinely going to be like, you have to see this number by this date. Like, I just need something to give me a little bit of an extra push. So my first quarter goal for January, February, March, I'm going to break into the 150s by the end of March, which actually has to be before the end of March because we have a vacation planned and I'd like to really be there before the vacation. But I think that's going to be my first quarter goal, because that way I can get, I can really focus on that. You have this number goal, act accordingly, instead of the weight will come off when it's supposed to come off, which is what I want. That's ultimately what I want to do, but clearly something's not working. So I need to flip a switch that makes me work that much harder, which is really hard to do when half the time you can't leave the house. So this is going to be a whole adventure. I will tell you something that hopefully is legitimately happening. FedEx says it's happening. I just don't know where it is. But do you guys remember when I talked, it was in my What I Want for Christmas video, the under the desk elliptical called the QB. And it's this thing that, like, if you get the Pro one, it'll actually track Fitbit steps for you and do all that jazz. But it's a little like 30-pound thing you can keep under your desk, and you can actually move your body and whatnot while you're working at your desk or while you're sitting and watching television. And I thought, man, how great would that be to be able to have that while I'm stuck at home and still be able to do something like that? Well, last time I did a Q&A thing on my Instagram, somebody asked me about it. And so I answered and I said, if you're talking about this, and then I said, yes, that's the thing I asked for Christmas, blah, 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 blah. Maybe I'll end up buying it for myself if I don't get it. And I tagged the brand so the person could see the brand. The brand saw it and sent me one. And it's somewhere in the state of Minnesota, sitting in a FedEx thing. They sent me my tracking number yesterday, and it was supposed to get delivered yesterday, but then it switched to pending. And so now I don't know when it's going to show up. But in theory, I actually have one of those coming to me, which could be a huge key player. And I'm actually very, very I'm grateful to the company for so many reasons. But I genuinely want to know if having something like that at home makes a legitimate difference. Like, I actually want to put it to the test and so I can come to you guys and be like, guys, a little mini at home under the desk elliptical can actually be a game changer, or is it not? And so I will be able to give you that answer soon. Well, soon. I'm going to thoroughly test it before I give you an answer. But like the fact is I have one coming, so I will be able to tell you, and I will be able to use something. I mean, it's not going to be, I don't think, if this thing has stellar resistance, maybe it will be a legit, like, have to hustle workout. But it'll be something. It'll be something that I can do. And in theory, I'll be able to do it while I'm working, which could also mean that I get to work a little bit more too, which would be great. But I'll be able to tell you guys for sure whether or not something like that is worth investing in. So I'm really excited about that. And it couldn't have come at a better time because I'm already, like I said, we're 3 weeks into this crap. And I've already had to miss how many workouts because the roads suck. And it was proved to me today that my fear is not unwarranted because I was out and the snow started falling, and it was falling for maybe 20 minutes and the roads getting home sucked. 20 minutes of snowfall. So I'm very, very excited about that and super, super thankful to the company. And it'll be a good experiment. I love doing experiments to be able to tell you guys what works and what doesn't. And this is going to be one that I'm going to be able to tell you whether or not it actually makes a difference. 10 euros and 50 cents, around $11.67. All right. I have one for work. I like it. Do you feel like it makes a difference, Danielle? Cause I know it's not going to be it's not going to be a cardiovascular workout replacement. I understand that. My goal with having something like that is basically, I mean, it would be really nice if I could get steps, but I'm not going to lie to you. Once I'm done with this stinking step bet, which I keep cursing the step bet, and it was my thing. I started it for all of you guys, but like I have to get so far beyond the 10,000 steps that I want to get in a day that I'm like, this is stupid. But once the step bet's over, I'm going to be a lot less concerned about the steps that I get because I can get 10,000 steps around this house easily in a day. I'm just doing housework and stuff. But I'm just curious to know if like it makes a difference in, hey, I want to sit and actually put in an 8-hour workday at my desk. Does the moving help me burn a little bit more or keep my muscles a little bit looser or, give me a little bit more activity if I happen to not get to the gym? Will it balance out the lack of an elliptical workout when I can do Beachbody at home and I can do the Nintendo fitness video game and I have a little elliptical thing? Like, will that be enough? I'm very curious to know. I'm very curious. At least I'm not the only one angry at the step bet. Oh no, I'm very angry at the step bet. I wish, and see, you can't do it. Like because there's money on the line, you have, like, the goal has to be extreme. You have to work for it. But the problem is I'm such an excellent stepper to begin with that I get penalized for it because I'm such a good stepper. Yeah. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, I still need 8,000 steps. Like, how many steps do I still need? I put in a solid day of stuff. I'm at 6,000 steps. I literally still need 8,000 more steps to reach my goal today. 8,000 more steps. It's not a huge difference, but it's something to keep me moving while I'm at my desk job. Yeah, and that's what I want. Like, I feel so, not only do I feel like, especially if like I get up, I work out, and then I plop down at my desk. If I sit here for a really long time and then I stand up, my hips are tight, my glutes are tight, my calves, like everything tightens up, which makes me not want to sit at my desk all day because I feel terrible. But Kelly, hello. But at the same time, like, is the simple act of just moving, like, is that going to keep my energy up? Is that going to maybe tone my legs up just a little bit? Is it going to, I'm sitting here mimicking the motion, which is why I'm moving. Like, and is it going to make it so I don't feel quite as guilty sitting at my desk and working all day? You know what I mean? Like, will it make a little bit of a difference? I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out once FedEx decides to actually deliver my package. We'll find out. I feel like the step it has been great for me, but I've had to sacrifice a lot. Like, I can't do any time of strength training because there is no time. I get that. I don't think it replaces a real elliptical, but it feels good to keep moving. Yeah, that's kind of what I think, which is why I'm like, all right, so I'm still going to have to, let's say in theory, I'm trapped here from now until April. I know that's not going to be the case. And I know that the longer I'm here, I'm going to get used to like I did today. The sun came out for a hot second today. I gave it a day to get the roads plowed or whatever, because we actually didn't hit the snow threshold for I think ours is like 2 inches or something. I don't remember what it is, but our plow for our HOA did not come through yesterday. So I'm like, well, I got to sit and wait for all the other cars to plow it down. So this morning when I went, okay, UPS opens at this time, which is where my PO box is, and the store I want to go to opens at this time. I'm going to leave and I'm going to go before the snow falls again. Like if there's not active snow falling, I'm not going to let it keep me inside. I went out when it was negative temperature outside because there was no snow falling. So like, I'm going to pick and choose my days, but let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I'm stuck here from now until the end of time, right? Beachbody is going to have to be my primary or something of the like, right? Like Leslie Sansone. I found some Jillian Michaels DVDs I forgot that I had. Like I have options. I have to make sure that that is in my mind, like my body pump. Like you have to do these classes. You have to do the things. And the underdesk elliptical will be a supplement, a supplementary thing. It'll be a thing where if I want to sit and binge watch some TV, maybe I haul that thing over to the couch and do that while I'm binge watching TV. So I'm at least moving my body and keeping my body active. But that will not replace the QB will not be the replacement for the cardiovascular workout. It will be supplementary to active movement. What am I referring to? I'm an underdesk elliptical. Thank you, Danielle, for answering the question. Keeping the knees moving. Yeah. And one of the things I need to focus on. So and I'm going to do a whole video on my goals. I can't decide if I want to do like a broken down video where like I talk about like today, this video talks about just my health and fitness goal. Cause I could probably talk for 20 minutes just on that. But so some of the key things I have is goal weight, right? I want to get defined ab muscles. That's like one of my, because that's a physical thing I can change that has nothing to do with weight it has a little something to do with weight. You got to lose the fat in order to see the abs, but like it's a strength thing. It's a core thing. So for that, I can do like 30-day ab challenges and things like that I can do here. I can do that at home. No problem. One of the third thing that I want to focus on in terms of be in the best shape of my life, I need to get so much better at focusing on the stuff that like physical and occupational therapists would make me be doing. I have to make sure I'm regularly stretching my hands. I have to make sure I'm stretching my forearms and using my goofy little weighted scraper that I showed you guys not too long ago. And really stretching like my hamstrings and my legs and all that. Like, and that's not stuff that's going to burn calories. That's not stuff that's going to reflect on the scale, but it is stuff that for my body is equally, if not more important than the goal weight, than the ab muscles, than the getting stronger and going to body pump. But it's so time consuming. So like the under the desk elliptical might actually be a good catalyst for like, let's keep the legs warm so I can stretch them more often, so I can stretch them better. So I can do, because I tighten up really bad. It's like there's a rubber band back there and someone can just pull it on my hamstrings. It's rough. It's rough. But that's my lot in life. I'm used to that. But I know that if I'm not careful with my hands, and my fingers start to tighten up, like people with CMT get contractures and can no longer open their hands. So I need to make sure that I'm actively preventing that stuff from happening. Has nothing to do with weight loss, but it is so important because my hand functionality depends on it, you know? Not until the end of time. There'll be a week overlap where things are good right before my birthday. Then it'll turn to miserable until then it'll be your turn to be miserable. It's true. It's true. And that's what's keeping today. I was thinking about, I'm like, I hate it here. I hate it here. I hate it here. Like I was cursing the fact I lived in Minnesota and I was like, but the summer here is beautiful. Summer here is beautiful. Like that's what I was telling myself today. Not joking. I'm like, you gotta snap out of it because you're stuck here now. My physiotherapist says to use equipment that will exercise my knees low impact. The machine sounds like a good idea for me. Yeah, well, I don't know the exact range of motion. I'll tell you guys once I have it. I'll tell you. I was supposed to get it yesterday, but FedEx failed me. I'm very thankful that QB did not fail me. Like they sent that bad boy out as soon as they said they were going to, which was amazing. And I just checked in with them yesterday to to see, be like, hey, I'm going out of town for the holidays. I want to make sure that I know what the location of any package I know I'm expecting. And they sent it out immediately, which is amazing. I'm trying to see. No, it still says delivery pending. I don't know what that means. It's like 30 miles away from me, this stupid package, and it's just sitting there. My main complaint with the machine is the one I have needs to be oiled and bolts tightened fairly regularly. Otherwise, it makes a squeaky noise. Interesting. Which one do you have, Danielle? Any particular brand or whatever? Oh, so annoyed. I shouldn't even look at the FedEx app. Yeah. So that's what's going on there. And I don't know. I have to research stress and weight loss. I really do. Or I just need to learn how to not stress. And that's the hard thing for me, because I'm usually I'm an upbeat and positive human being normally. So this, when I'm feeling stressed, it sits way deep down, right? And there's sometimes that I don't even know about it until it's too late, It's interesting being that kind of person where you might not even realize how stressed you are, So I got to research that a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to go in. So my plan of action for the week is I'm going to do my workouts. I get to go to Body Pump tomorrow because we'll have my husband's SUV and we'll go together. So unless there's some blizzard that happens overnight, we'll get to go work out tomorrow. But I'm going to do some sort of workout every single day. I need to start one of the official Beachbody challenges or something, actually start from the beginning and do 100-day meltdown or 80-day obsession or something like that, and actually keep track of it. I think that will help me because I'll be able to check the days off of my list, One of the things that help me when I'm feeling stressed or irritated, I tell myself, out of all of life's problems, this isn't a big deal. It's true. It's not. And it's, at the end of the day, it's going to be okay. I don't have to leave the house if I don't want to. There are going to be a couple of instances, like in February when I have my CMT appointment at the specialty clinic. I'll have to leave my house that day, and I will have to pray to the good Lord that it's not snowing that day, because there's a solid chance that it will. Or when we travel early in March, there's actually we're going to Chicago first, so I was traveling. The thought of traveling during the snowy months gives me anxiety because A, I hate traveling, and B, there's a lot more that can go wrong when there's always the threat of snow outside and things like that. But you're right. At the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. I don't have to leave the house. I've highly considered that, okay, if I stay home and do more work and make more money, I can pay for grocery delivery. I've had that thought before. I'm like, that's not a bad idea. I also have a husband that I flat out told him, I was planning on going to Target this morning and getting a couple of things that we needed. And once the snow started falling, I was like, yeah, the roads are gross. He works very close to a Target. And so he can always go on his way home from work or before he leaves to go to his car or whatever, he can always stop by. So I was like, look, if you need something today or tomorrow, go before you come home from work. In the meantime, I have all of the stuff we need to cook. I can make dinners. We have enough for breakfast. We're fine here, which means I don't have to leave the house. So it's not so bad. I just I'm not anxious about a lot of things. Weather is one of the things I'm very anxious about. It's true. And I feel like it's a stupid thing to be anxious about. And if I was somebody who didn't have the problems that I have, or the life experience, because I'm terrified of the rain because of the accident that I got in a rainstorm, which makes sense. And I'm terrified of the snow because if I get stuck, I don't have the strength to push the car, fix the things, do the things myself, and or I'm an easy slip risk. So I'm like, if I didn't have all of those things, how would I feel about the weather? It's probably just me because of the things that have happened and things that I have, my situation, that gives me this anxiety about the weather. I can't remember. It was from Walmart. I got it a year ago. Great reviews and held up, but I do have to maintain it a bit. Okay, cool. Well, like I said, I'll let you guys know about the QB. And if it's worth picking up or not, we'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah, but that's all I got. So my plan this week is to what is my plan this week? I'm going to do the workouts. I'm going to do all the Beachbody workouts. Might even try doubling up and getting like my cardio and my strength training in. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I had a different plan. What was I going to tell you guys? Oh, I'm going to go into my tracker as soon as we're done here, and I'm going to remove that extra point that iTrackBites has given me because of my weight, and I'm just going back down to 26 because 26 is mentally where I'm supposed to be anyway, and that removes 7 points a week, which isn't a lot, but it's could that be the thing? I don't know. But every little bit helps. So I'm going to eliminate that point from my daily points and just knock myself down to 26 and get into the headspace of 26. What have I done so far today? I'm bouncing back and forth. Yesterday, another thing that could have done it is yesterday I had a 15-point breakfast. I had a smoothie, which filled me up and gave me a lot of energy and felt really good, but it was still 15 points. So today I had a little bit less, but I got an order, my first order in a long time from Dough Bar Donuts last night. I forgot how much I love them. They put out a product. The last product they put out, I really didn't like, so I hadn't ordered from them in a long time. I bought the stuff to support them, and I was like, these are terrible. They're just not good. They're gluten-free donuts or whatever were, in my opinion, absolutely awful. But their original ones that back before they were a well-known company, I was buying stuff from them and whatnot, and they're still good. And they put out a new product called Monkey Bread. And for Black Friday, I ordered like one of their big Black Friday bundles. It was like $90-something, but the order showed up yesterday, and I was like, oh, happy day. So I had, and they're protein donuts, in case you don't know what they are. Like, they're not just fancy donuts. They're protein, health food. So I had 6 little donut holes with birthday cake flavored icing and sprinkles on top for 5 points plus today. And then I had yogurt. So I had a 7-point breakfast. I had a solid sandwich and some Cheetos and some vegetables and half of a Lily's chocolate bar for lunch. So like not light in points, but I did not snack. And then for dinner, I'm making pork chops and vegetables. And I don't know if I'm going to have a carby side or just more vegetables. But my goal is going to be to do less snacking. I would love to be breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, done. I think that in and of itself will help me instead of being like, oh, what can I eat for 2 points? Oh, what can I eat for 3 points? Oh, this little snack, my little thing is just 2 points. Like picking and grazing. I think if I have bigger meals, and even if they push me into weeklies, I have no qualms with using frozen. But I think that's going to be my plan, is going to try to get into the mindset of less snacking, because we travel soon and I don't even know what that's going to look like. I'm trying to plan ahead for what that might look like, but we're going to be all over creation, more so than with Thanksgiving. With Thanksgiving, we showed up at my in-laws' house and that's where we stayed. When we're going home here, I'm staying at my grandparents' house, but I'm going to be spending time at my parents' house, and who knows who else we're going to see and who wants to go out for what thing, because this is where all of our friends are. So in a perfect world, like, we're getting together with friends, we're hanging out, we're doing all the things, right? In a perfect world. That's a lot of inconsistency, and I don't know what that's going to mean. Maybe that's stressing me out too. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stressed out this time of year and I need to take a chill pill. That's entirely possible. Oh, gosh. I get so anxious about the weather. I think it's due to my lack of balance, and some days are too dark and too bright for me. Yeah. No, I can totally, you have, again, Audrey, you have a very different disability from mine, but I think some of the problems, some of the struggles we have are very much the same because of it. I have my eyesight, but lack the body. You lack the eyesight. So, like, there was the period of time when I was really having my problems with this eye, that I was like effectively blind in this eye. Like, my depth perception disappeared. I really couldn't see in the dark. Like, I understand. And it's hard. And I don't have good balance to begin with. Yeah, the eye problems, and oh man, I hate snow too. It might do better than winter than you, but I honestly don't like it. I just hate the heat more. I wonder how you do with limiting the number of days you use your weeklies. 4 days of sticking around 26 to 29, and only 3 days of using weeklies. Yeah, I'm thinking about something like that too. And I think I really wish. I mean, I guess I couldn't because they don't keep the old plans. I would say I wish I could go back and look at my trackers from the year and a half that I lost the 60 pounds. Like I have Instagram posts. Do I have Instagram posts from that exact time though? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm gonna have to go back and stalk myself just to see. But yeah, I would be really curious to see what my tracker looked like back when I was losing, like legitimately losing very well. Um, Kind of a modified Springle and Wendy concept without a strict schedule. Yeah, yeah. More blue dot days. I don't even know what equals a blue dot for me. I don't like snow either. I'm always afraid of slipping if I went out in it. The only time I refrained from leaving the house. Same. Meanwhile, who was I talking to today that was like, I was talking to my in-laws last night. My father-in-law called me just to check in and see how we were doing. And he said, yeah, but it's up, because they like to rub in the fact that it's 80 something degrees by them. And they were telling me, I'm like, oh yeah, it was snowed again today, and blah blah. And I'm complaining about the snow, and they're complaining about the rain. And like, well, we don't like going out in the rain. I'm like, yeah, but at least in the rain, like, I don't like going out in the rain either, and I will avoid it. But if it's raining outside and I have to be somewhere, I'm a lot more likely to go than if it's snowing outside and I have to be somewhere. Like I got me some anti-anxiety pills for driving in the rain because most of my problems with driving in the rain are just in my head and not actually a hazard. Like you still gotta be careful, but it's not as much of a hazard as driving in the snow is. Yeah, I get the vision. Oh yeah, that's right. I once fell twice on the ice within the same block. Like, oh man. Do you remember that night years ago? It was so dangerous. Oh man. Oh, the weather and the transport. Yeah. I'm very, very blessed that I do not have to leave the house if I don't want to. And I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. If the place that I was when I was near my P.O. box and the snow was falling down, I didn't care that I was standing out there in the snow. Like the sidewalks were so well maintained that the fresh layer of snow, it was not slippery snow. Like I was in my boots, I was smart and wore my boots. And like I was comfortable there. I was like, wow, if I didn't have to drive on the crappy roads that this made, I'd actually be okay with this. My problem with today was not the fact that snow was falling, it's the fact I literally had to drive in it. If I could have like walked home like easily, like say that was a little downtown area and I lived in a local apartment down the street, I would not have had a single problem with the fact that it was snowing. Not at all. I actually felt safer walking around that shopping complex than I did driving home from it. And it was actually kind of pretty. Every once in a while, usually once a winter, I get caught in snow falling and I sit there and stop for a minute and think about how pretty it is. And today I did that when I left the store and I was Insta-storying and I was like, look, guys, like I was standing out in the snowfall and I'm like, all right, so if I didn't have to drive in it, this would actually be really pretty. And that happened to me once in college too. I went to a very small college and it's literally a one street college. And I left the practice rooms because I was singing one night and it was in southern Wisconsin. So of course there's snow there. And it was snowing pretty heavily. It was dark outside and the street lamps were on. So it was like those picturesque things where like you see the snowflakes falling through the light of the street lamps. And I was walking back to my dorm, which was not a far walk, had my boots on, had my winter jacket on, and I'm just walking and the church bells were going off because it was on the hour and at 9:50 p.m. it plays for 10 minutes. It plays hymns or something. I happened to time it where I was walking down the street. It was very quiet. And because everyone was in their dorm doing something, super quiet, dark, peaceful snowfall, and the chimes were playing. And I was just like, if I could have this moment be my winter, I'd be okay with winter because it was a perfect winter moment. But then everything else happens and just ruins it for me. We had snow 3 winters ago. The entire state shut down. We don't. Chrissy, remind me where you are. I remember when it snowed in Atlanta and there was epic gridlock. I honestly don't see while driving at night. Neither do I. I hate driving at night. I will drive at night if I know where I'm going. Like back home, I would drive to church. I'd drive to my parents' house. I'd do all that without even thinking because I could automatically drive to those places. But in general, I hate driving at night. You need to move to California. I know I do. Although I don't know if California is the right jam for me. I keep saying I'm going to Florida. I threatened to go to Florida today. I texted my husband. I'm like, that's it. I give up. I'm moving to Florida. The end. Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah, okay. So we lived in North Carolina for a short period of time. And I'll never forget, like, I loved winter in North Carolina because when it snowed, the whole world shut down anyway. But it actually got to the point of it being ridiculous. So I'll never forget. This was sometime right after my husband and I got married. We got married in January. It was Valentine's Day. It was around Valentine's Day, right after we got married. He got up to go to school, and I didn't have to work until later because at the time I was working as a voice teacher, so I didn't have to go into work until later. And he got up, got ready, left for school or was getting ready to leave for school, comes back into the bedroom, climbs back into the bed and goes, "School is canceled today." And I go, "Why?" And he gets out of bed and I see him looking out the window and he goes, "Come look at why." And so I got out of bed. Snow had fallen. The sidewalk wasn't even covered. All of North Carolina shut down. I was like, I could live in North Carolina forever if this is how they feel about snow. I thought it was great. I don't mind the rain so much except when it's very windy. Florida's too humid. Yeah, but it's warm. And I don't like the feeling of humidity, but my body functions very well in the humidity because, like, I don't know, there's something about the moistness. I don't know. My body's weird. We all know that. My dad joked that down south someone gets dandruff and everything shuts down. Seriously. That was the same winter that while North Carolina got a little bit of snow, it snowed in Atlanta and all hell broke loose. Like gridlock, like horrible because of a little bit of snowfall. And Atlanta lost their minds and like horrible traffic, horrible because they're not ready for it. Again, I understand it, but as a Chicago girl, like even I thought that the way North Carolina reacted was ridiculous. Because after I ended up missing 5 days of work that year that I had to make up. And after like day 3, I'm like, okay, this is stupid. I can go outside and walk in this snow. Like, this is dumb. Why? Yeah. But my heart agrees with them. They cancel school the night before the threat of snow. Yep. Ireland gets into a panic when it snows. We don't get it too bad, but we're not equipped for it. Oh, does it not really snow in Ireland? I guess I didn't know that. Your story about getting stuck in the flash flood makes me incredibly grateful because I remember a time when I should have been in the same situation and nothing happened. Lucky you, man. Oh, lucky you. And oh gosh, I will forever be afraid of rain because of that night. And it's, again, if I'm in the inside, I don't care. But the second I know I have to leave the house, it's all over. I'm apparently meant to be a homebody, but at the same time, I also get completely stir crazy. Like, that's the biggest struggle I have. There are people who be like, if I never ever leave the house, I could be a happy human being. I don't even know anybody around here, and I still want to leave the house. I just need to be in the presence of other people, which is why another reason I love going to body pump class. I'm in a room filled with people. Apparently the people around here are jazzed about body pump class. Like, there's a cult following here because the classes are always full. But even if I don't actually know any of those people, we all show up with a common goal. And for that hour, we are united in our workout. And it's awesome. And then I can leave feeling socially satisfied, even though I don't actually know any of those people. And then I can come home and feel like I accomplished something that day. But I got to leave. After day 2 or day 3 of being stuck at home, I don't care if I live in a mansion. If I'm stuck at home, I feel stir crazy. And that's what complicates things. I'm not one of the people, like, I like the fact that I don't have to leave, but I want the option. At least one school bus. There was a snowstorm. They didn't prepare for. People were stuck on roads for hours. Sorry, I have to yawn. Oh, because I'm also just chronically tired. Winter makes me chronically tired, apparently. I don't. I literally think it's the stress of life. Like, the actual mental stress weighs down on me emotionally and tires my body out. At least one school bus got stuck. Oh, gosh, that's crazy. Funny how a person reacts to different. I'd probably die in snow, but being an original Floridian, hurricane threats are no big deal to me. Yes, yes. And that's the thing. We moved down there, and all of a sudden we have hurricanes to worry about. Now, granted, Eric is a seasoned pro at hurricanes, but still, like, Island gets a lot, but I guess that's why we keep it. Rains a lot. Keep it green. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I don't know what's happening. I do know that I have a goal. I have a number goal and a date goal in 2020. And we're going to go from there. And I need your all help to help me stick to it. Like right now, because I'm going to sign off here. And my stomach is hungry, and I don't understand why. It doesn't make any sense because I had a huge lunch, which means I just need to drink a whole lot of water. I'm also chronically hungry. And, like, winter jacks me up. I need to live in a world where there is no winter. I just, like, and I feel like a broken record, and I feel ridiculous complaining about it all the time, but I literally think that, like, that's causing 85% of my problems. But I'm going to go. I'm going to change my clothes, get out of my warm, fuzzy thing, and my main goal in 2020 is to lose weight, or to hit goal weight. Me too. I don't know what my goal weight is yet, but my first goal is to finish March in the 150s. It's gonna happen. And then who knows? Who knows where my goal is going to be? 155 might end up being my goal. I don't know. We'll see where my body's at then. But I got to figure out how to kickstart this bad boy. And so that's my goal. I'm giving myself until the end of March. And I wrote it down. Oh, the notebook is freaking in my power sheets, which is all the way over there. I think it averaged to, if I did 1.5 pounds a week, I would exceed my goal. My goal is just to squeak into 159. That's all. I don't know what my weight is and goal weight is either, but I'll get there in 2020. Amen. My ultimate goal is to not have goal weight written on my 2021 goals. I want to be done. I just want to be done with the whole thing. I want to be done. I want to be able to start creating content for maintenance mode and just keep on trucking along and have it all figured out. That's what's happening this next year. That's what's happening. I have a cooking question. A recipe calls for chia seeds. I don't have any. What can I use it for? What can I use instead? That's a great question. What are you cooking? Because there's a possibility you could eliminate them completely. I mean, I don't know. What could you use instead? It depends what you're cooking. So tell me what you're making. And then I'll have suggestions. Maybe not. I mean, you're asking the girl that, like, I can make some things, but I don't deem myself to be much of a cook yet. Like, I'm going to make that pork tonight. We're going to try and render that fat. We're going to see what happens. And I bought fig jam or fig preserves. I'm going to try and make my own fig glaze, figgy balsamic glaze for the pork. Look who's getting fancy, because it's date night and we're eating in tonight. So, it would be about 5 pounds a month. I checked because it would be the exact same thing. Audrey, I saw your question. Why don't you retract it? An oatmeal bake. You could use flax. You could eliminate the chia altogether. You don't need to put chia in there. They probably, see, Chrissy said flax too. You could use flax. What else would be a good chia substitute? You don't necessarily need chia seeds. That's for maybe crunch. It's probably a fiber element too. That's a way to add a little bit of extra fiber. Quite frankly, it won't add much to the whole thing. Like, I think a tablespoon has 3 or 5 grams of fiber. So if it's like a tablespoon for the whole recipe, it's going to be negligible anyway. But technically, the chia seeds put fiber in there. So you could use ground up flaxseed. That would be fine. Or just don't put them in. If you don't have them, it's fine. Your recipe won't lose anything by not having chia seeds in it. Now, if it was like chia pudding, obviously you would need some chia seeds. I don't have flaxseed either. I don't think you need it. Probably having pork chops for dinner tonight. Will you follow freestyle when you reach goal? That is a great question. My plan was yes. We'll see where I'm at when I hit goal. I've been so good at maintaining kind of half-assing points plus that I might just do that. What I won't do is flip into straight maintenance mode. Well, I don't know. It's really hard to say, because if I get really good at like thoroughly tracking and doing all the things right, then maybe flipping on maintenance mode's not a bad idea. Or I can stay in weight loss mode and just ease up on it a little bit. And my body will maintain at that rate. So I don't know. Or I will start eating freestyle like. I don't know if I'll actually switch to freestyle, but I would start eating freestyle like, which is kind of what I do now, quite frankly. So use the weeklies, use the fitness points, and go from there type of thing. But I really I like what it does for me mentally to not get heavily penalized for a little bit of a sweet treat. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how my mood changes when I get closer to goal and what my nutritional needs are. Because in a perfect world, in March when I'm getting down into the 150s, right? I've figured out what my body needs, because once I get a couple of pounds off, the goal is fitness, not weight loss. So maybe freestyle would be the better choice for me, because I need the heavy protein, but I eat heavy protein anyway. So maybe I don't need to switch it up. I've always been happy on points plus, and I would love to be able to prove myself I can do maintenance on points plus. I would love to prove to myself I can do maintenance at all. But yeah, so it's a TBD. Depends on the recipe. The only thing is, if it's a vegan recipe, chia could be used as a binding agent. Oh, interesting. Fair enough. Just occurred to me that I haven't been in the 150s since late 2010. Yeah, I haven't been in the 150s since, I don't even know. I don't know, my friends. But I could sit and chat with you guys all day, and now it's just acting as an act of procrastination, because I need to go, change, work out, shower, and start thinking about dinner, because my husband's coming home and I actually have to cook for him tonight. So on that note, I'm going to go. Thank you guys for hanging out and for listening to me just basically complain to you. I appreciate you so very much. You have no idea. To my friends whose Christmas cards I got today, I mean, seriously. Oh, there was one. Shoot, what card was it? I wanted to show it to you guys, and I was hoping that she would come on here. Here's one. Someone sent me a Rudolph card. I love when I see cards that you guys clearly picked out for me. Like, there's no doubt about it. Oh, it was Lawanda's card. Where's my girl Lawanda's card? Here it is. So you guys know Lawanda, Bond girl, right? Look at! There are Yorkies on this card. Anyway, I just thought that was so cute. I really love it. And you guys warm my heart when I get to open your mail. It makes me so happy. But yeah, so now I'm procrastinating. So I'm going to go. I'm going to get the things done. Seriously, in about an hour, over on Instagram, start shooting me those DMs being like, hey, did you work out? I want some accountability, y'all. Seriously. I'm off to finish watching last night's live. Oh, last night's live was so random, Audrey. I'm literally just in the kitchen wrapping presents. I got a text message from my mother this morning, because you remember how I said I can't wrap my mother's gifts because she's going to be watching this video. She literally sent me that. She goes, I can't wrap my mother's gifts because you're watching my videos. You know me. So I was right. I thought that was funny. Anyway, so my friends, have a wonderful weekend. I'm making sure there are no comments that I didn't address. I have errands in lieu of spending an hour at the gym. At least I got my workout in this morning. That's amazing. All right, my friends, have a wonderful weekend. The book you got, Alice, looks amazing. Oh my gosh. The problem is she's not going to appreciate it as much as I want her to appreciate it, because she's 3. and she doesn't care. But I hope that she at least shows some appreciation of it initially, like, oh, look how exciting, a new book. But I'm thrilled that she's going to have it. Like, that book. I cannot wait. I might order that book for myself because it's a legit Broadway collectible. Like, it's really, really cute. So we'll see. We'll see. And you guys will see too, because I'm hoping to vlog on that day. So anyway, my friends, I will talk to you later. I'll hear from some of you in about an hour. I got to get my workout on. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday for our virtual Christmas party. See you there.